What's up YouTube? It's your girl Faye. How are you guys? Hopefully you're all doing well. I'm doing great. I'm here to recap Braxton's Family Values episode number 4. Alright, let's get into it. I know I'm late, but let's just get into it so I could jump in there. So this whole episode starts off with Toni preparing. She's going to have a show in LA. So of course they all get on a plane and go over to Tamar's house because she has a house in LA. That's kind of where she's living right now. So they get to Tamar's house and of course enter the dramatics. As soon as they get to Tamar's house, Tamar starts laying down the law. She has house rules. She has posted them on the wall and she is like, listen, if y'all gonna come visit, this is what y'all gonna do, what I say do. Okay, so her rules, just to name a few, I think there was like 12 or 14 of them. No sitting on the bed without a shower. No singing unless she's the one doing the singing. She don't want nobody else upstaging her in her house. Okay. No visitors unless they're pre-approved. No talking Spanish. This one is geared towards Trina because Trina apparently speaks several languages, and Tamar is like, well, I know she be talking about me, so that's not acceptable. So she pretty much is laying down the law. She puts Trina and Tracy in the kids' bedroom. This is the room where her nieces and nephews stay when they come over. This room is fully equipped with 2 bunk beds and an intercom. I mean, you know, and she does it on purpose. She thinks it's hilarious, but she's like, you know, they talk trash, they gonna get in the kids' room, it's no problem. I'm like, I think they're all used to her. They're like, we're going in the kids' room? Okay, whatever. So they go in the kids' room. They're just like trying to ignore her. You know, I think for the most part, a lot of times they just try to avoid the confrontations with Tamar because she's so special. So Tamar also has a list of things that she wants them to do. Work out, wake up in the morning, work out, get their eyebrows done. She has this whole laundry list of them for them to do, a honey-do list, I guess you could say, for them to do, which includes Toni getting a tan. Now, okay, I've been watching these videos for the past couple of weeks, and I've always noticed that sometimes in the confessional parts especially, she looks a little pale, and then sometimes she looks, you know, very bronze, but I just was thinking maybe it's winter versus summer or winter versus spring. I don't know when they actually were recording. So I'm thinking, you know, some people change shades. This girl has been tanning. I didn't know that black people tanned. But, I mean, hey, it's America. We can do whatever we want. But I really didn't think that people tanned. I mean, I don't know. I don't have that problem. So again, I don't know. And Tawana was like, look at this. This is natural. And I feel her. This is natural. I don't need to tan. So, yeah. Tamar tans. So she convinces Toni. Well, I don't know if she convinced her, but Toni kind of is just like, whatever, and goes along with it. Okay. So she talks about Toni getting a tan, and she also talks about cleaning Tracy up. Tracy is a little rough around the edges, and you know, I think they got her in clips. I think she was around her family and got very, very comfortable. She's smacking while she's eating. She's laughing all loud. She's relaxed. I think pretty much she's away from her husband. She's having a good time. But, you know, they showed her in some clips that it was just like, oh, she talking with her mouth open, huh? Okay. All right. So they caught her chewing with her mouth open a couple times, but so they decided they're gonna clean her up, whatever that means. So in the next scene, I think enters Mikey. Mikey is, I think his name is Mikey, yeah, or Mickey. He enters and he is Toni's brother. For the first time, they show their brother. At first, Toni didn't really seem excited. I think she was kind of shocked, but she just kind of didn't even react when he walked in the room. I mean, maybe she had seen him yesterday, but everybody else was like hugging him and like, ah. But, you know, she didn't. So the mom was happy because she got to see all 6 of her kids together, playing, interacting, you know, playing nice. But, you know, so he's kind of there. And he's pretty quiet. He didn't really say much the whole time. So the next scene, Toni goes to get her tan. Now, Toni goes in there to get her tan. Tamar is like, she has a whole formula of what Toni should do. She says, she claims that Toni goes in there and changes it. When Toni walked out of that room, y'all, Toni looked like she had no eyebrows, no eyelashes. Like they had just bronzed her all over into one color. Like she looked completely like one color. So when she walked in the room, everybody was like, oh, hey. They called her a caramel apple. They said she looked like a burnt Twix. And somebody else said she looked like a Oompa Loompa. I was dying laughing because she had this wig that was like very like honey blondish, bronzish color. And she matched that wig perfectly. Like she just looked the one color from head to toe. Like a Twix with clothes on. That she really did look that way. So I don't know why she thought that was a good idea. I mean, honestly, get a makeup artist, Toni. Let them contour your face, you know, if you want to look bronzed and all that. I see people do that all the time, and it looks great. I don't think that Toni necessarily needed a tan. I don't think she needed a tan at all, but hey, to each his own. So, they decided, and of course, Tamar is like, oh, myfault.com. Completely, and then she didn't even get a tan. She's changed her mind at the last minute. So she walks in there looking the same, and Toni comes in looking like a burnt Twix. Where's the fairness in that? Where's the fairness in that? I have no idea. So of course they confront Tracy about her, you know, how she acts. She's a little rough around the edges. But they confront her about it. She's like, I think I'm fine. I ain't ghetto. That was in her little confessional. And they were like, yeah, cut to the next thing. So, Tamar, again, is trying to save somebody else. And she comes in the room and starts saying how she wants to give her mom Botox. Because she sees her mom looking in the mirror and looking at her face and blah, blah, blah. And Evelyn is like, let's do it. So they take Evelyn to go get Botox. Again, another thing is revealed. Tamar does Botox. Why? I don't know why. She doesn't need Botox. Whatever. Again, to each his own. Do you, Tamar? I ain't mad at you. But I'm just like, Botox? Like, she can't be that old. I don't know how old she is. I'm 34. I don't see me needing Botox anytime soon. Like, I don't, you know, but the mama gets Botox. I see where the lines are filled in. She did look a little better. I mean, but she didn't look bad before, but you didn't see the lines, you know what I mean? So it did fill in her face, but I don't know. To each his own. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. So, later on in the show, Tamar decides that she is going to confront Trina about the whole intervention thing because she felt like she was being attacked during the intervention, which it did kind of turn into Tamar intervention, or Tamar's intervention, pretty much. They didn't really talk much about Trina because it kept deflecting back to her because she's the most vocal one. Well, child boo. When they did that, Trina, she started complaining and saying how Trina takes more than she gives in this family and blah, blah, blah. Well, into Toni, and now Tamar is telling Toni, well, I think that Trina's wrong because she bills you, and then Toni starts to reveal how she feels that her whole money issues come about. Toni talks about how she feels that she is kicking in more than anybody else for the mother, and that, you know, she's doing it because she doesn't want to see her mother, like, you know, on the street or without help or whatever, but no one's actually volunteering to help either, and she has had money issues in the past. Now, what's surprising to me is that Tamar kind of reveals or shuns Trina because she's like, I haven't billed Toni for a show in a long or ever, and Trina is billing Tamar for the show. I mean, Trina is billing Toni for performances. Every time she performs, she gets paid. Now, that is why Tamar has such a bad attitude, in my opinion, about performing with Toni. She always talks about, I don't want to be the doo-wop-bop, but she's not getting paid. So she's volunteering, but she's still complaining. So I think if she was getting paid, maybe she would be a little bit more humble. But since she's not getting paid, I think she's just free reign and saying whatever the hell she wants to say. again, I don't think that's right. If you're going to do something, do it wholeheartedly or don't do it at all. But it kind of helped me understand why she complains so much about the background singing. It's because she is not getting paid. Her bills are not, she's not relying on that to pay her bills. So, hence, she's just doing whatever she's being Tamar. Okay? Now, Trina, on the other hand, may be a little bit more composed. I'm not really saying that Trina shouldn't bill Tony, because everybody has to get paid. They never really talked about what Gabe does or if he's even working. They said something about him being like an internet person, but you don't know what that means. So he may not be working. Maybe she does need that money to pay her bills. More power to her. I mean, that might just be what she needs. But, you know, so they kind of had like a little ugly moment and they called it out or whatever. Tony started crying and, you know, it is what it is. It happened. Tawanda, of course, gets paid because she seems to be Tony's right-hand man. Tony is not really able to function without Tawanda, so she definitely gets paid. The money thing really stresses Tony out. So they have a slumber party, and house rule number 12 gets revealed. Everybody sleeps when Tamar sleeps. So she pretty much is like, everybody go to bed because now I'm tired. She don't want them up at night talking about her. Whew, this girl, she is crazy. So, of course, in this episode, they talk a lot about Tony's lupus. And, you know, she goes and gets some carotid test done about her lupus. And she also reveals to the rest of the family that she has lupus. Tamar starts crying. You know, I mean, I guess she's really upset. I mean, her sister's sick. I could understand that. And, you know, she feels really bad and she stops. You know, the show pretty much ends really well, you know, with Tony giving her speech at the Lupus Association. They give her an award. She gives a speech. The mom is all proud. It was good. This episode was really, really funny. Again, I think we kind of got to dug a little deeper with the insight. So far, I'm loving the show. I think that it's awesome. I think, you know, I'm liking the interaction with all of them. I really, really do. Definitely some levels of dysfunction in there, but hey, what family doesn't have it? They just happen to be on camera with it. So it's whatever. You know, it's very interesting. Definitely very entertainment for me. I laughed the whole hour long. So that's pretty much all I got to talk about on this video. I'm going to do episode number 5 next, so stay tuned for that. Please be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe. Share this video. Tell me your thoughts. I love your comments. I love to speak to you. If you haven't seen the first 3 episodes, go ahead and get caught up. I'll put the links to them on the side here. And yeah, so alright, see y'all in episode 5. Alright, bye.